Hello 108 class, Mr. McHugh here with you. Welcome back to section 6.2 where we're going to keep working on factoring using our reverse FOIL or FLOY, and we're going to tackle page 2 and we're going to try just a couple examples here. So a couple warm-ups here. Let's go ahead and look at the trinomial y squared plus 2y minus 35. Now don't forget your 5-step process here. Rule number one, do you have a GCF, greatest common factor that you can pull out of each term? The answer is no, and you don't have to go any farther than look at the a term, which is the coefficient in front of the variable squared, y squared. It's a 1, so you can stop. Y in this term, y here, but none here. So pretty quickly you could usually tell there's usually not a GCF, but look for it. Number 2, give yourself a set of parentheses. You're factoring a trinomial. It's going to be a binomial times another binomial. Okay, F. First term, what times what gives you y squared? Here's your first term, here's your second, here's your third. Sometimes I call this the middle. Sorry, I can't. Middle, and sometimes this is the last term, if you hear me say those. Okay, so first, second, and third. What times what is y squared? Still pretty easy. You put the y in a y. Now, let's turn around, look at the L. Third term is a minus 35. What times what gives you a negative 35? Pick the negative 1 times a positive 35. You don't usually do these. Use my hint here. This is not 100% always true, but pick factors that are closer to each other. So here's a negative 5 times 7. How about this though? Couldn't I use a positive 5 and a negative 7? Don't they multiply up? So let's try it in here. Let's put a plus 5 minus 7. Okay, now you can't just put anything in there and walk away. Did you unlock the safe? That's what step 5 is, the O and the I. So what do we get here? I like to draw the pairing lines. 5 times y is 5y. The second one is minus 7y. Add them up and what do I get? Negative 2y. Did I unlock the safe? Does it match the middle term? Answer? That's right. No, it did not. Minus and a positive does not meet. Therefore, switch the signs from a positive to a negative, from a negative to a positive. Double check your work, and bingo, you got it. Okay, so that's the idea. You have to be persistent on these. Unlocking the safe, if you were a safe cracker and you were going to open up a safe and it had $1 million in it, if you didn't get it on the first try, do you think you'd walk away? No, you'd be back here trying until you got it. Okay, so let's look at example 2. Now, sometimes you can get some doozies. They can look kind of innocent looking. Factor m squared plus 6m plus 7. You're like, doesn't look too bad. You give yourself parentheses. You give yourself an m and an m equals the first term. Then you look at the 7 and it's a plus 7. Your only options are positive 1 times positive 7 or negative 1 times negative 7. So I turn around, I put the plus 1 plus 7, O and the I, and look at that. I get an 8m. I turn around and go, I need to get a 6m. Turn around, try the negative 1, negative 7. Guess what? You get a negative 8. You could not unlock the safe. Therefore, it's prime. It's already factored. Okay. Now, if this example had been changed to something like this, then m plus 1 times m plus 7 would have locked the safe. Here's your 1m, here's your 7m. Add them up, you would have gotten 8m, and you would have unlocked the safe, and you would have been fine. So you just have to be careful, and sometimes you try enough combinations. I will maybe put 1 or 2 here just to illustrate it, but in general, this is something I try not to put on quizzes and tests. I usually just go with that you could factor them. Okay, so Mr. McHugh, we have going to check off here on page 2, and we have got another page to do. In fact, we got 2 more pages to do. So I will see you for page 3 of section 6.2 on the next video. Okay, goodbye.